Hey everyone, this is Afroblitz still gaming, and my boys Duanesworld and to the foot and MK Mortal Kombat 2021 released, and oh boy, do we have some thoughts.
Oh my gosh.
It was hyped up like crazy into the coming out, and we expected so much more. So much more. So much
Oh
more.
man.
So I want to start with our main character, this random guy named Cole. Oh
What do
God,
you mean start? Like
yeah,
we're not gonna start from the beginning?
Yeah,
that
we
that
kind of have to. Yeah.
listen. Okay, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, the beginning. Okay, so first scene, Hanzo Hasashi. That first scene, the fights in that first scene was crazy. So you're like, oh my God, the rest of the movie go be like that.
Yo,
Yeah.
that first fight scene was lit. I was like, damn, that was good. That was a good battle.
Right? And you could tell that they practiced that fight choreography. Like it looked so smooth, so natural, and all the gore and stuff was there. It was nice. Like,
No, and you could tell those two know how to do it. Apart
yeah,
from the other people.
yeah,
Yes, yes. Because what's his name is from the Raid Redemption.
yeah,
Yeah, Raid
Yeah.
2, and
yeah,
he was in. Yeah. He's actually a martial artist, right?
yeah.
Yeah, actually I seen him in like other like movies. I just can't think of it on top of my head right now.
Oh, so many. Like, yeah, I think he's because he's a Thai martial arts, like
Yeah, no, actually, I
kickbox.
think
Yeah.
who was it? Was it I think Hanzo was in Wolverine.
Was
He
he?
was
Yeah,
Really?
in
the Wolverine, the
uh
one where he's in Japan, right?
yeah, the
Yeah,
one he's in Japan. I think he
yeah.
plays the girl's sister or something or uncle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He
Uncle,
was the
yeah.
So I know
He
like
was the
yeah, I
uncle.
seen him
He
in
was the
that, but I
uncle.
know I seen him in
Yeah.
other like fighting movies. I just can't think of one right now, which is crazy. But yeah.
I think he was in the Avengers too, eh? Like remember that first part
He
Hawkeye
was?
assassinated? Yeah. He was
Oh,
he
with
was the head of the Yakuza that
the
Hawkeye
Yakuza, yeah.
assassinated.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. This movie was just seriously, it was just for Sub Zero and Scorpion. That was it. Fuck the other people that was in it. I'm just keeping it real. When those two on the screen, but apart from that, everybody else straight trash, yo. Like,
Well,
come on.
y'all will see what the foot is talking about as we progress with our little review.
Yeah, we get all into it and spoil everything. God damn it, Jesus!
So then, and you got
Another one, man.
any other thoughts on that first part though?
You know, like the first part with the whole fight scene with Sub Zero, perfect, perfect. Like at least perfect 5 minutes into the movie. I was hyped after that. And then even him, everything that was happening after that with Sub Zero, him going to the city and everything, another beautiful scene with him. Any
Yeah,
scene he was in, he killed it.
yeah.
And any other scene Kano was in, Kano, I love Kano. Kano was saying everything I was thinking.
Well, yo, that scene opened up pretty well. The movie opened up very well. I must say, like Benji said, well choreographed. Good. Like it was very Mortal Kombat. You know,
Mhm.
like it actually opens up with the Shura Ryu and all that stuff, and it shows what's his name, Hanzo Hashi. Hanzo, yeah,
Yeah.
Scorpion. Yeah.
I know
Um,
Hanzo Hasashi.
yeah, and his creation into Scorpion and how it actually happens.
Mhm.
That was very well done. Okay, very well done indeed. Okay, however, according to lore, and I have to quote Lo here, it was Quan Chi that disguised himself as Sub Zero, and that's what I was disappointed about.
Mhm.
Wait,
Not gonna
really? I
spoil
don't
it,
know.
but
I didn't.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
Quan
didn't
Chi
even like that.
I knew that. I knew
yeah,
that.
he
But
disguised himself as Sub Zero, and that's why they have the whole what you call it? They
beef.
have their rivalry.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I wasn't too upset with it because historically they have a rivalry anyway. So
Hey, no,
I
but
wasn't too upset with it. But
I know, but
I understand your
no,
point,
I
right?
like. I was just thinking maybe in part two they will show that was freaking Quan Chi. You never know.
They could. They haven't shown them yet, so they could.
Yeah,
They
so
could.
they could just use that was him, but who knows?
Yeah.
That epicness then leads into the oh god
The
the
travesty.
Act two.
the
Act two.
the
Oh, a whole bunch of it.
the bland,
Cringe-worthy disappointments.
the bland and wooden performance that was the lead character, unfortunately, Cole. So they created a new character, which could be fine if they were good and compelling. But to be quite honest, I did not care about Cole. I did not care about his family. They just felt like fillers for other more important people. The man had one facial expression for the whole movie.
Ooh,
Oh my!
Yeah,
And
just
then
think about it.
we waited so long for something to happen to him,
no.
and when it does, you're like, what? That's
He
it?
gets
Like,
he gets whatever. He gets
oh
whatever.
my!
And you're like,
I know. I'm like,
man.
wait, we waited the
What the-
whole time
Hold
just
on.
for you to get that, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just disappointing.
Apart from after the would-be Sub-Zero and Scorpion fight, it just suffers from pacing issues. It starts.
Oh yeah,
It
the
starts.
pacing issues
Yeah,
was
man.
horrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
terrible.
I agree.
It starts off with the little bit of promise when you're introduced to like Cole Young, okay? Because you're like, hey, you know what? I want to see what this failed MMA fighter can do, because he does look like he has promise when he's fighting,
Yeah,
And then you're like, oh, so he's actually a failed MMA fighter. This is kind of interesting, okay?
Yeah.
Because UFC is like so big right now, right? Everybody can kind of relate to being that character. We've never had a UFC fighter on Mortal Kombat. If you look at all the Mortal Kombat characters, none of them are kind of like with UFC backgrounds.
Yeah, no, there's in I think in MK there's usually been more traditional fighting styles.
Yeah, karate and jiu-jitsu and all that jazz, right? But when you see that, you're like, okay, you know what? Some promise. And then as the story progresses, we're introduced to other characters like Jax and Sonya. It just starts like tanking. Kano's introduction.
Oh, yes.
I think for me, he saved Mortal Kombat. Kano and Scorpion were like the saviors of Mortal Kombat.
Nah, I think it's Kano. I mean, Sub-Zero is part of it. You can't. Even Sub-Zero actually feels like he was the main thing to me at the end. Like, I don't know why thing was there even. What the fuck is his name?
Shang Tsung?
Yeah, seriously. I felt like Sub-Zero was more intimidating every time he was on than any other bad guy. That's all I could say. So it was like, as soon as he was on the screen, I got excited because I knew some crazy shit was gonna happen. Like he's about to do some sick shit.
To the foot, I agree. Goro was supremely disappointing.
Yeah, like
why is this guy in the movie? And Dwayne, you're right, because that intro with him as a failed MMA fighter, you could see the possibility for a good story progression of him, returning to greatness, if you will. Right, with that first fight scene in the octagon, it looked pretty good. It looked pretty good, pretty intense. That was Cole's most intense fight. That's the fight that he participated in that I enjoyed the most in the whole movie, and that's sad for a Mortal Kombat movie. That's sad for a Mortal Kombat movie.
It just shows that the creators had no idea about the lore. I know they wanted to create their own retelling, so to speak, of Mortal Kombat, because if you look at the fact that everything's been changed, and then again, we're not spoiling anything, but everything has been changed from places to like even that thing that they had to get, which we're going to say that name after, but I think this was like an original idea, which is just like backfired really terribly. Like it just backfired, I think NetherRealm should have literally taken over creative.
Because the places with the other realm and everything looked fine to me.
NetherRealm. It looks perfectly fine. Yeah. But it's just the even the characters, and we'll talk about that too. One of the characters, and I think which one I'm talking about. And he's a huge part of Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Growing up, if you've played Mortal Kombat, you know who I'm talking about. That was what I was completely disappointed with. I was also disappointed with they don't use the word animality at any fucking given time, and they've developed a new word for that.
Yeah, but there was no animal. Anyways, I don't want to go. If I don't want to spoil it, but there was no animality in it.
Finding your chi. But you because the whole part about Mortal Kombat is finding your chi and your animality.
I know, but there was no animality in this one.
Yeah, there
This was
wasn't.
different though.
Oh, but they invented a new word for that.
I think we're all eager to get into the meat and potatoes of this
Yeah.
review. So I think we should just like spoiler free thoughts on the movie, and then
Yeah.
we could go into depth.
Yeah,
Good idea.
As far as I thought, the movie was okay, was just okay. I will
that,
not remember the storyline. I already forgot it. So
yeah,
you know?
but don't even rent this. I was a bootleg this shit for real.
Oh my god.
So
All right.
that's what I was.
Well, I think that's our Dwayne. Do you agree
Feedback.
with what we just said? In terms of our
So in addition to that, I gotta say this movie suffers from three main issues: lack of creativity, because there is originality, yes, but it's just bad originality. Two, taking proper lead from Netherrealm. I mean, you have so much of lore already, man. Why don't you just use that? You know, I like to say this suffers from the Star Wars syndrome. Like I think they could have taken so much from lore and kind of like instituted this into this movie, and it would have been amazing. On the positive side, I do like the fact that there are fatalities and the gore. The level of gore is amazing. The fight scenes, oh,
yeah,
bro,
we definitely
bro.
gonna go into that.
Yeah, man. Let's get into that later. But yeah, no, above average, 5 out of 10. Oh, sorry, slightly above average, five, maybe 6 out of 10, maybe 5.5 actually. Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
5.5.
You
Yeah,
are way too generous.
nah, like some wooden performances and some poor fight choreography on some of the fights, and you could tell based on how some of the camera angles were to hide the fact that they weren't good at doing some of the fight choreography, which is very important for a fighting movie.
Yes.
So that's why
No,
that's why I gave
I'm
that's why I
not-
gave it a very okay. It's okay, and that's it.
I,
That's all I got.
I mean, with me, it was terrible, man. I gave it a 2. Like a 2 out of 10. That is that bad to me. And I gave it a 2. It got 2 points because of the beginning and the end. That's why I got that 2 points.
So
The
everything in
rest
the
of the
middle.
thing is just straight trash. Apart from that, I'm like, what else? And Kano doing his joke thing, I really don't see anything. Like it was just so bad. How
Yeah.
they even reptile. Like it's like what?
Y'all heard to the Foots review, so let's just jump right into the spoiler
Yeah,
talk
man.
now. Just everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna go from there.
Let's go in there.